to my 350 subscriber special. Today we'll be checking out this 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. This Challenger is finished in the Tor Red exterior color. This car does have smart key access, so if you have the key fob on you, just touch the handle and it automatically unlocks. Push the button and it locks it. Frameless windows. On the driver's door panel, you have some storage areas. Speaker for your premium Harman Kardon sound system. Got all the power controls for your windows, door locks, and mirrors. This one has the black interior color scheme, and this one also comes with the optional premium Laguna leather appointed seats. The seat belts can be had in either black or red, with the ones in this one being the former. The driver's seat does have power adjustments. Now let's fire up that supercharged Hemi. The SRT Hellcat comes with two different key fobs. A black one, which limits a vehicle to 500 horsepower, and this special red one, which unlocks all 707 ponies. On the special red key fob, you got your lock, unlock, trunk release, and panic buttons. And along with smart key access, it has push button ignition. So keep the key fob in the vehicle, put on the clutch, and hit the button to start. After the Ford Mustang introduced the pony car in 1964, numerous automakers introduced their own pony cars over the following years. One of them was the Dodge Challenger. A common favorite among many Mopar and muscle car enthusiasts, the Dodge Challenger first appeared for 1970 as a pony car slotted below the Charger. The first generation of the Challenger lasted from 1970 through 1974, and was based on the same platform as the third generation Plymouth Barracuda. While the Barracuda was designed to compete with the Ford Mustang and Chevrolet Camaro, the Dodge Challenger was geared as a more upscale, luxurious vehicle, designed to compete with the likes of the Mercury Cougar and Pontiac Firebird. The Challenger would return for 1978, but this time as a compact coupe to compete with popular imports like the Toyota Celica, Nissan 200SX, and Honda Prelude. The second-gen Challenger was actually a rebadged Mitsubishi Galant Lambda and was built in Japan. This iteration of the Challenger would be produced until 1983. Fast forward to 2.5 decades later in 2008, and the Dodge Challenger was reintroduced, this time returning to its muscle car roots. Like the Ford Mustang when it was redesigned for 2005, the 2008 Challenger was a tribute to the beloved original Challenger of the 1970s, featuring many similar styling cues. The new Challenger is closely related to the Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300 full-size four-door sedans. Since 2008, the Challenger has not actually seen a 100% redesign, but it has been heavily updated since then to keep it up-to-date and competitive. The Challenger's biggest update was for 2015, which featured a revised exterior, taking more design cues from the 1971 Challenger, as well as a brand new interior, along with numerous mechanical and drivetrain updates. For 2017, all-wheel drive was made an option on V6 models. Probably the most notable update for 2015 was the introduction of the top-of-the-line SRT Hellcat model like we have here, which is powered by a monstrous supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8 making a whopping 707 horsepower. In addition, the Challenger's four-door sibling, the Charger, also received an SRT Hellcat variant with the same engine and with a top speed of over 200 miles per hour is one of the fastest family sedans ever made. Over the past few years, the Hellcat engine has also been put into vehicles like the Jeep Grand Cherokee in the form of the Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. As if 707 horsepower wasn't crazy enough, even more crazy versions have been introduced since. Like the near 800 horsepower Challenger SRT Hellcat Redeye and the 840 horsepower street-legal drag car, the Challenger SRT Demon. And just a couple days ago, as of the making of this, they introduced a Redeye version of the four-door Charger, and they're also stuffing the standard Hellcat engine into the Dodge Durango SUV, meaning for 2021 you can buy a family SUV with third-row seating that also makes 710 horsepower. Yeah, I'd say the Dodge brand is doing a pretty good job with its performance image. But back to the 2015 Challenger. For 2015, trim levels for the Challenger include SXT and SXT Plus with a 305 horsepower 3.6-liter V6 engine, followed by RT, RT Shaker, RT Plus, RT Classic, and RT Plus Shaker, which come with a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 making up to 375 horsepower. Then there's the RT Scat Pack Shaker, and the SRT 392, with a 6.4-liter Hemi V8 making 485 horsepower, and finally the SRT Hellcat like we have here, with its 707 horsepower supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8. The V6 models come standard with an 8-speed automatic transmission, while all the V8 variants can be had with either a 6-speed manual or the 8-speed auto. The gauge cluster does house your tachometer and speedometer, with the rest of the info being part of this large digital display. Your fuel and temperature gauges are right in there. It's got a 4-spoke design, leather-wrapped and multifunctional steering wheel, flat bottom design, sport grips at 10 and 2, white contrast stitching, perforations on the sides, chrome brightwork, and satin gray trim. On the back of the spokes, you've got your seat track and volume controls for your radio. Right here, you've got the controls for your information display, hands-free phone, voice commands, and on this side you've got the controls for your cruise control. The steering wheel is power, tilt, and telescopic. The parking brake is foot operated. Headlight controls, brightness adjustment, trunk release, air vents. On this stock you've got your turn signal, wiper, and high beam controls. Your 8.4-inch touchscreen interface for the Uconnect infotainment system, your hazard light button, launch control, traction control, parking sensors, volume knob, tuning knob. Got all the controls for your dual zone automatic climate control. The SRT button, as you can see, brings up your various performance settings, and we'll get a quicker look at that later. Storage nets on either side of this. Got a 6-speed manual transmission. As you can see, this one's got a sweet looking Barton short throw gear shifter. Look at the H pattern. Here you have 2 cup holders, center console with some storage. Also got a USB port, an aux port, an SD card slot, and a power outlet. The glove box is lockable. Both Both of the sun visors do have vanity mirrors, lights, and extensions. As for your overhead console, you have a garage home link, overhead lighting, sunglass holder, and the controls for your sunroof. One-touch automatic. Grab handles for both front occupants. Finally, the Uconnect infotainment system, radio, media, and here you got all your climate controls. It does have a heated steering wheel, as well as 2-stage heated and ventilated front seats. You can pair a phone. Now here you've got your SRT performance pages. So here we are on the home screen. Got performance timers, so 0 to 60 times, quarter mile, 0 to 100, braking distance, all your auxiliary gauges, as you can see, whatnot. Got a real-time G-force meter, and you can show the power and the torque that you're using. So performance pages, pretty cool. Then with this SRT button, you've got all your performance controls that you can configure. So from this screen here, you can alter how the vehicle performs. So you can choose between settings like sport and track, or you can customize the settings more to your own liking. If you tap setup, it brings you to here for power, traction, and suspension. You go to power, and it'll explain what you can do. So it'll cut the power down to only 500 horsepower if you want, or you can unleash all 707 horses. Traction, as you can see, it gives descriptions on all these settings, so that's pretty cool. And then suspension, sport, street, track, so really cool configuring the settings. And now, let's go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine. Both of the windows are automatic down. The Challenger SRT Hellcat is equipped with these 20-inch, 7-split-spoke, lightweight, forged aluminum rims. And as for the color, the ones on this car are finished in brass monkey. Under the hood of the SRT Hellcat is a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8. This boosted 16-valve pushrod engine cranks out a staggering 707 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 650 pound-feet of torque at 4,000 RPM. The engine in this particular Hellcat is paired to the Tremec 6-speed manual transmission borrowed from the Viper, with the TorqueFlite 8-speed automatic with manual shiftability being available as an option. The Challenger is rear-wheel drive. Premium unleaded fuel is recommended, and with an 18.5-gallon fuel tank, the Challenger SRT Hellcat, when equipped with the manual transmission, achieves an estimated 13 miles per gallon city and 21 highway. Its independent sport suspension includes a short and long arm front setup and a multi-link rear setup. The brakes are 4-wheel vented and slotted discs, with Brembo 6-piston calipers for the massive 15.4-inch front rotors, and 4-piston Brembos for the rear brakes. The Challenger is far from a featherweight, with the SRT Hellcat weighing in at around 4,449 pounds. Sick. Both front seats do have storage pockets on the backs. Got your rear air vents. Armrest on either side. Tweeters. Coat hooks. And you got a folding rear center armrest with 2 cup holders. As you saw earlier, the fuel cap is located on the driver's side. Dual exhaust. The trunk of the Challenger offers 16.2 cubic feet of space. That will conclude this tour of this 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. Thanks for watching.